right, Coach, no, not the result you wanted, but you had a pretty special day, senior day, in front of a national TV audience, in front of a sellout crowd. In a lot of ways, these seniors helped make that happen. They didn't just come here for a TV audience game for Oklahoma. It was because of UCF as well. Just talk about the overall day.
Yeah, I loved our fight. I thought we fought every inning. We just, they're a good hitting team. And I thought we pitched very well this weekend and kind of limited them to some big innings outside the first inning on Friday. But this, today it was tough because you're seeing them for the third game. But our fight offensively against, their team ERAs are very low and hard to score against. So I just love how we stayed in it the whole time. But to honor our seniors today, and it was probably the longest senior day celebration that I've ever been a part of, but I think that just shows that to have that many seniors stay through their time here, as well as the transfers, and so many people stay and watch them be honored was truly a blessing to see, and I feel very privileged to be a part of it.
How big was it for you guys to get the lead early on 2 occasions thanks to those early homers from Chloe and Sona?
Yeah, huge. I mean, I think, again, yes, we want to win every game we can, but being new to this whole conference and knowing we have another series to go that's going to play a very big role in our season next week, with that momentum, playing that well against what has been the best team for the last couple of years in our sport, I think is going to mean a lot. And then taking that momentum against them going into the conference tournament is also going to help as well.
Is honoring seniors the toughest part of what you do as a head coach?
Yeah, usually yes, but it just so happened that a lot of them came up in their last at-bats of the Plex. And you got Shannon Doherty hitting a home run. And the season, you never know. We could possibly, make a run and host a super regional maybe or something like that. But right now, what we know is that's the last games that will be played at the Plex for those seniors. So for her to go out with the home run, and I looked at Jada and we made eye contact, and then we kind of both started tearing up. And then she went and had a hit. I just had to stay in the coach's box, but she had a hit and she got a hit, and just to see them still playing, even though we were down 5 runs, and they said, "So what?" is pretty special.
What did it mean to you to see Shannon and Jada get hits in their last at-bats in the Plex, especially with Shannon getting a home run of all things to tie Janiyah Schuster for third most in program history?
Yeah, I'm so impressed that my husband actually caught the ball and didn't drop it, like just a clean catch. No, I love you, Bobby. As soon as it happened, I saw her round first and just stare, like we made eye contact, and it's like, this is worth it, because she's one of the hardest workers that I've ever coached, and I'll actually have to give her timeouts from cage time because she just works so hard. And I know when they made the change for the pitching staff for OU, she came up to me and said something, and I said, yeah, but you're ready for it. You're prepared, because we had getting on Maxwell, and then they're bringing in another pitcher, and we kind of just giggled, and then there she goes. So to see them get their hits in their last at bats is pretty special, and we'll focus on that today. But I know the moment we lay our heads on our pillows, we're going to be thinking about what we can do to continue our season as long as we can.
What's the legacy of this group? How did they make this program better?
Yeah. In so many ways. On the field, off the field, in the classroom, in the community. They're just special. We left Baylor last weekend and walking away pretty disappointed, losing 3 games. And a fan yelled down to us and said, "You guys are something else." And I'm thinking, uh-oh, what is this going to be? And he said, "We saw how you stood out there and waited for our alumni to be honored. And we saw how you helped pick up the equipment in batting practice." And they said, "Coach, I've been at every conference series for the last couple of years. No team has ever done that." And I think that's just us. We take pride in the first one's there, the last one's to leave. The first one's to make sure we're helping people the last ones to ask for help until we truly need it. And so when he said that, it didn't make the losses feel okay, but it did remind me that this is bigger than just the wins and losses, and there's a lot of wins today within the game. So it's who we are. That legacy is contagious, and I think a lot of people want to be engaged in a part of it, and I love that. And I hope that we continue to have to keep growing every event that we have for this program, because the women in it are very special.
How for that, if you wanted these players to know one thing, learn one thing under the years of coaching, what would it be?
Outside that I'm super crazy and you never know what you're gonna get. I do have a good shoe game. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. That be your genuine self and create a circle around you where you can be vulnerable so you can become the best version of yourself.
5 years ago, you and I had the first conversation ever, and you talked about your culture and that you're going to be tough on your players, Coach Bear, but you're also going to be Mama Bear. You're going to treat them like they were your own daughters. Here we are 5 years later, and you just had Jada call you a mom, and Shannon called you a mom. One of your sons ran over to Shannon when she was honored and did not want to give up the hand. This is part of the family culture you built.
I think an idea can be an idea, and I guess I can take credit for the idea, but they're the ones that put it into action every day. And so, again, just truly honored to know that a leader, it means you have to have people that are willing to follow. And the fact that they do that, and then they lead me when I feel like I need to be down. Yesterday I was down. I talked about the mistake that I could have prevented from happening, and Sarah just kept fighting, and she gave me the will to keep going on. And as a coach, I shouldn't need players to do that, but I'm human, and I know all of the coaches out there are human, and sometimes we need those really amazing moments where our players lift us up. And so I think it's an idea, but they have definitely put it into action. And seeing how many family members were here today, and then all the people that watched them get honored, it just shows that, again, family is so special. And being so far away from my family and our family, my little family, that, from our big family in California, this feels like home because we have all these people here today.
One more for Coach Bear.
What would you say is
younger players are learning from their legacy?
Yeah, I think they're learning from their mistakes and some of the great things that they've done. But I would say leave this program better than you found it, and they have a very big challenge because they found it at a very high level. Yeah. You have one more?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned from these seniors?
That even when I make mistakes, they still believe in me. Even when I love them hard, and then think that I'm too hard, they ask me for more. I kept telling them to be curious and want more, and they've taught me that you can do that. You can be good people, and you can still win a lot along the way.
Thank you so much.